Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 166. I'm John Cooney here to talk to you about comics released the 25th of March, 2015. Sorry, I'm a little sick this week, so I apologize for my voice, but there's plenty of books out this week, and the show must go on. So let's begin as usual with my first five, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth on them, starting with at number 1, The Walking Dead, number 139. A new arc begins as our world gets even bigger. This is the second issue published in March, and when the cover was released back in December, with its tagline "From the Edge of the World," it created a bit of controversy and speculation online. As the book has gradually shifted focus onto Carl, many have supposed that this cover image represents Carl's departure. However, I think the issues that have come out since have demonstrated a different direction for Carl, and I'd propose that, alternatively, these issues and this new arc might, hopefully, instead show us what has happened with Michonne since the time jump after All-Out War. Perhaps rather than a departure, this may actually be a return. I'm anxious to find out, and that's why it's number 1 this week. Also by Robert Kirkman, and also beginning a new arc this week, at number 2, we've got Invincible, number 118. Invincible and Adam Eve set off on the adventure of a lifetime, parenthood. They've taken to the stars and left their troubles on Earth behind them. As things take a drastic turn for our heroes, you'll find yourself asking, is this book still about superheroes? Available for free digitally and for only 25 cents in print, this is a great opportunity to come on board one of the best superhero comics being produced. Apparently Image and Skybound are not afraid to point this out with the tagline on the cover, quote, "We really want you to try this comic, that's why it's only 25 cents, close quote. But don't let the discount gimmick fool you. Longtime viewers know this title is consistently at the top of my stack to read every time it's published, and well worth checking out, no matter the price. At number 3, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy number 25, Chapter 7 of the Black Vortex, double-sized spectacular, rocket magic and action, Beast defeated and broken, Gamora on the offensive, Ronan deposed, Star-Lord defiant, Nova gives chase. This issue surely has it all. Black Vortex architect Sam Humphries described the cooperative nature of constructing the event. Quote, "I wrote the Black Vortex planning document, which was half outline, half reference material, half true detective crime wall charting the location, status quo, and motivation of about 30 or so characters. Each revision was informed by my co-authors and editors right up until the end. For example, the most recent revision included a giant shift thanks to Bendis coming up with a huge X-Men moment that could be included, nay, screamed to be included. That's just one example. So it was a very collaborative process. We're very prepared. We've got a killer game plan and some razor-sharp creators to bring it to life. Hold on to your butts." Close quote. At number 4, we've got Uncanny X-Men number 32, Cyclops at a Crossroads, Magneto, Matthew Malloy, The Last Will and Testament of Charles Xavier, Access. All of these pivotal events have driven this already tempestuous mutant to the edge of disaster. Will Scott Summers save himself from ruin, or will he make that faithful leap? The preview pages show a reunion of Scott and Alex, and series writer Brian Michael Bendis explained the brothers like this, quote, "I'm a big Havoc fan, but I look at the Summers brothers like Chris and Liam Hemsworth. Chris is the movie star, and Liam is a movie star, handsome and in big franchises too, but Chris is on the cover of People magazine. Chris is always a little more well-known. I look at it that way. They're both extremely talented, they're both extremely good-looking, and they're both extremely good at their jobs, but Scott always had that extra little thing, and we're going to examine that a little bit," close quote. At number 5, we've got Darth Vader number 3. When a Dark Lord needs help, who can he turn to? Meet Aphra, the galaxy's foremost raider of lost weaponry. Plus, could these be the deadly droids she's looking for? Series writer Kieran Gillen spoke about the book. Quote, "This might sound banal or even stupid, but I really want the book to sound like Star Wars. This is not a comic book adaptation, but it has to feel like Star Wars. I think that's why people enjoy Jason's book as much as they do. It feels like Star Wars. But my book is slightly different because it's the bad guys from Star Wars, but I still want it to feel Star Wars-y. You can't just have a bunch of stormtroopers because it would be too faceless. They are basically faceless bad guys. You have to start inserting aspects of Star Wars, elements like comedy. And it's not like Darth Vader is going to start doing stand-up comedy, but there are lines or beats that sound like Star Wars. I've always thought of Vader as an underdog in this period, and I want that to come through, too. Fighting against more powerful enemies is absolutely Star Wars. It's tricky, without a doubt. He's the bad guy, but you're very interested in watching him. I know it's my own book, but when I'm writing him, I'll say to myself, that's an interesting move, Darth Vader. As a character, he's constantly surprising me. Close quote. Rounding out the top 10, at number 6, we've got Powers number 2, an all-new chapter in the Eisner Award-winning series that turns the police procedural on its head. Walker and Dean are reunited and discover things about each other they never knew, even after all these years. Plus, an unsolvable Powers case that could determine the fate of the entire Powers department. Read the comic and see the brand new Powers TV show on the PlayStation Network. The letter column will feature exclusive behind-the-scenes info on the show from executive producer Brian Michael Bendis. At number 7, we've got Nova 28, Black Vortex tie-in. Nova joins the Guardians of the Galaxy and the X-Men for a huge adventure. With the Black Vortex itself in his possession, Sam goes on the run for his life. Good thing they call him the Human Rocket. At number 8, we've got Legendary Star-Lord number 10, Chapter 9 of the Black Vortex. The heroes return from Hala only to find the entire planet of Spartax in grave danger. Kitty unlocks the one thing which may lead toward the destruction of the Black Vortex, but will it be in time? And just when things couldn't get any more dire, enter the Brood. At number 9, we've got Batman Eternal number 51. This month in Batman Eternal, the epic Bat story over a year in the making comes to a stunning end. Gotham City is in flames, villains are running wild in the streets, Bat Tech has been corrupted, and the mastermind behind it all has put a knife in Batman's ribs. How will the Dark Knight put an end to this nightmare, and how will it shape the face of Gotham City to come? And at number 10, we've got Batman and Robin number 40. Damian's powers have been a source of concern to Batman, and it's only a matter of time before he's called up to the big leagues. For the best of the rest from DC Comics, we've got Arkham Manor number 6. Batman discovers who's been murdering the inmates of Arkham Manor, but how will he be able to bring him to justice if he's trapped inside with them? Next, we have Catwoman number 40. It's the furious finale to Family Business. Will Selina remain the head of Gotham City's criminal underworld or return to her life as Catwoman? Will she even survive this battle long enough to make the choice for herself? We've also got Deathstroke number 6. Pulling himself together after his brutal showdown with Batman and Harley Quinn, Deathstroke must face an opponent he prayed would never reappear in his life. If you think Slade Wilson is bad, wait till you see his father. Next, we have Effigy number 3. Officer Chandra Jackson has teamed up with a television-hating homicide detective and an obsessed fan to search for a killer at the Star Cop Fancore Con. Plus, Chandra reunites with a former co-star to get a glimpse of the life she left behind. We've also got Gotham Academy number 6. Holy cow, it's Taco Tuesday. Oh, and Olive battles Batman. Next, we have Gotham by Midnight number 5. Jim Corrigan can't keep the Spectre at bay any longer. Now he's arrived to judge Gotham City for its many sins. Does anyone, even the Midnight Shift, stand a chance against Heaven's Blade? And we've got Multiversity Ultra Comics number 1. The penultimate chapter of the greatest adventure in DC's history is here. The acclaimed Final Crisis team of Grant Morrison and Doug Mahnke reunite for a story so big it could only take place in the real world. That's right, Earth 33 is back. With the multiverse under attack, a team of scientists creates one final savior to take on the otherworldly threat, and its name is Ultra Comics. Literally held in your hand, one being will attempt to halt the annihilation of creation, and you, the reader, will have a front row seat as you become an integral part of the resistance. It's another exciting experimental story told by two of today's top creators. You won't want to miss this exciting issue, which acts as Chapter 8 of the Multiversity storyline. From Marvel Comics, we've got Amazing X-Men number 18, The Once and Future Juggernaut, Part 4 of 4. A new Juggernaut has been chosen, and the Earth will tremble. Colossus stands alone against his or her power, or does he? What has happened to Cain Marko? Victory has a price. Next, we have Daredevil number 14. Writing his own life story has inadvertently forced Matt Murdock to face his darkest demons, and it's changing him. Kristen and Foggy don't like the man Daredevil is becoming, and neither do the San Francisco police. We've also got Deathlok number 6. Henry Hayes fights for Control. What would happen if there are no strings on Deathlok? Has Control lost control? Where is S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Andrea Hope? Next we have Elektra number 11, series finale, Bullseye, Elektra, final round. You ready? We've also got Guardians 3000 number 6. The past isn't what it used to be, as the Guardians are about to find out at great cost. Even with allies like Star-Lord and the Last Nova at their side, can the Guardians meet their greatest challenge ever? Not just guarding the galaxy, but saving the universe? Time-twisting cosmic action and mind-blowing science fiction adventure. Next we have New Avengers number 32. In 2 months, time runs out. We've also got Nightcrawler number 12. Cast out of heaven, Nightcrawler believed that he was sent back to Earth because his work just wasn't yet finished. In this issue, the finale of Chris Claremont and Todd Nyack's uninterrupted Nightcrawler saga, he may just finish it. And we've got Wolverines number 12. Shogun's inner battle with his own demons has come to a full tilt, and only Fang can help set him straight again, not only for his soul, but for the safety of his teammates. But what's in it for Fang? While Shogun's been battling, Lady Deathstrike has been falling in love, but with which side of his personality, Sharp or Ogun? Phantom Mill and Culpepper's mission comes to an end, and the buyer is revealed, but what happens when the buyer gets more and less than they paid for? From Boom Studios, we've got Abigail and the Snowman number 4. Abigail and Claude's adventure comes to an end in this oversized finale. The world's most lovable Yeti is one boat ride away from making it back home to the Himalayas, but before they can say their goodbyes, Abigail and Claude will have to find a way to outsmart everything the Shadow Men throw their way. From Image Comics, we've got Morning Glories number 44, The Library. Next we have They're Not Like Us number 4, Us Against You. We've also got Thief of Thieves number 27. There's a new Thief of Thieves running things. And we've got The Wicked and the Divine number 9. It's time for a private audience with Anake, she who has protected and judged the Pantheon for thousands of years. Yes, it's time for an interview with an umpire. Yes, 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 yes. Also, Baphomet being all goth and having a nice little mope. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Valiant number 44. The darkness is now. The heroes of the Valiant universe make their triumphant last stand at the end of all things as superstar creators Jeff Lemire, Matt Kent, and Paolo Rivera bring their magnum opus to its gut-wrenching conclusion. The immortal enemy is all but won, and only Bloodshot and Geomancer are left to stand against his darkness. Are they willing to save humanity if it means losing their own and each other? Out in trades this week, we've got Big Hard Sex Criminals hardcover, collecting the first 10 issues of the Eisner and Harvey Award-winning Time Magazine Best Comic of the Year of Our Lord 2013, Sex Criminals, in an oversized hardcover format guaranteed to embarrass you to order. And we've got Uncanny X-Men Volume 5, the Omega Mutant hardcover premiere edition. Everything has been leading to this, a turning point for the Uncanny X-Men, and it all revolves around their deceased former mentor and leader, Professor Charles Xavier. Scott Summers has swiftly become one of the world's most wanted men. Thanks to the Phoenix-possessed murder of Professor X, he destroyed his former life and must now remain constantly vigilant in case of attack. But is the greatest threat to his safety lurking within the dark recesses of his own mind? Then Magneto returns to the X-Men, but they're certainly not happy to see him. In the fallout from Axis, the team returns to the school to lick their wounds and search for an identity. Are they terrorists, revolutionaries, teachers, or something else entirely? For some, the events of Axis may have left a deeper wound than anyone realizes. Collecting Uncanny X-Men number 26 to 31. Okay, so that's just a few of my favorite books for this week, and there's still plenty of others available, and you can check them all out at your local comic shop. Once again, unfortunately, because of my cold and dealing with insurance for the water damage to my own collection, I wasn't able to produce my usual Marvel, DC, and Indies videos for this week, but they should be back next week. But of course, you can still follow everything I'm reading on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can find links to everything in the About section at he'sgotissues.com. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.